Okay, pranams and welcome to all. Okay, so we were contemplating last 2 days on Ramana Tattva and Arunachala contemplative. So if you remember last that we, I don't know how we ended it yesterday. Anybody remembers how we ended it? I was reading something from here, but also I was talking something. If you remember, just put it in the chat. Okay, so what we are reading from, we understand that one is brought to this path only by grace. Yeah, that's what we are talking about. Usually we think we are coming here into the path by our attempts and all that. No, we are brought by grace. We are also understanding how Bhagwan Ramana and even Paul Brenton's work, we understand how this path is suited only for the advanced seekers. So it's written here, this path is the highest of all and suited only for advanced aspirants. Those who follow other paths are not ripe for this until they become advanced in their own path. Yeah, that's what we are talking. So this path, which is beyond the intellect, mind cannot be used here. So other paths are all with the mind, body. That's what he's trying to say here. Those who follow other paths are not ripe for this. Means what are the other paths? Something external, objective hai. The path is completely objective. Any path you go to, it will always be objective. Something in the outside, you are connecting to something outside. There is a connector and what you are getting connected to. So your meditation is on something else. Your learning is from something else. Your devotion is to something else. That else cannot happen until you have the mind and body. That else comes only when you have by using the mind body. So by the meaning of advanced, it simply means one's subjective vision is not anymore moving outside. It doesn't need to go outside for any reason. It stays. The three stages that I said. One is outside, one is the central, and one is behind the central. It is just like a car or a vehicle. First gear, forward, right? Now what we are telling, Shiva Sutras, Bahimukhi. The vehicle is moving outside into the front. Why it is moving to the front? Because your vision is outside. Again, your path is outside. So your destination is outside. When your destination is outside, you will take the car and go outside. So you have to go forward. Forward is Bahimukhi. The whole problem is because we came forward. If we are in the Chidakasha, there is no problem. From the Chidakasha, we come forward into the consciousness. Through the consciousness, we see through the Indriyas. And then we go and catch that. That which you see how far it is. You use an instrument. Through the instrument, you see many things. And you want those many things. So the chase is outside. What is the instrument? Panchakosh. Panch Indriyas. Panchaprana. The mind, body, intellect. Mana, buddhi, ahankara. Antakarana. You use the antakarana to go forward. Means it simply says you have to enter first the antakarana. Until you enter the antakarana, you cannot go forward. Until you enter the car, you cannot move forward, isn't it? You have to get into the car first. उसके बाद ही journey. What is that car? Sharir, man. Clear? So that's where the whole this car analogy is very good. What I'm trying to explain all this. The three. Sab kuch three hai, I'm telling you. Last 2 3 days we discussed about all the threes. So this is also three. Dekho. Where you are, then you get into a car, medium, and then through the medium you go ahead. So apara bhakti or the apara sadhana or anuvopaya, what you call karma kand, all those, you have to go outside. So what is he saying? Advanced seekers. Advanced seekers are one जिनकी गाड़ी बंद हो गई. Why will you move ahead? Because you want to chase something. You want to find something. Why are you finding that thing? Because there is ignorance. What ignorance? That you are going to get happiness with. Simple. Simple funda. अज्ञानता की वजह से you are going to chase it using your car. अपने गाड़ी में बैठ के you are going to chase something. Why are you chasing that? Because you feel you will, there contentment will come, peace will come, happiness will come, tripti will come. And that is not true. And that when it is not true, still you catch it, it's called Maya. Simple. Guru is outside. You are chasing. Is the Guru really outside? Tattva hai wo. But you are chasing. That chase is called Maya. Why are you running behind gurus? Why are you running behind paths? Why are you running behind books? Why are you been running behind videos? Why are you running outside? Because you think something from there is going to supply. That's outside, Bahadur. And until you are in the body, you cannot drive. You need mana. So, man hi karan hai for your gadi to go outside. Now that going outside is called mandabuddhi. What Shiva is explaining. When Parvati says, you are telling give up everything. Why Shiva is telling Parvati to give up everything? Give up the car, he says. First, give up looking outside. Give up the car itself, vehicle itself. That vehicle is mind. Mani chhod do. How can you leave the mind? निश्चल मन. और कोई तरीका नहीं. मन को निश्चल करो. You are out of that car. Because when will be mind become nischal? When it is nirmal. When what is nirmal? No mal. What is mal? No concept, beliefs, thoughts, imagination. Nothing is there for the mind. So if no concept, it is clean. Clean is called nirmal. So when the mind is clean, it will not move. Mind clean means no desires only outside. So a mind without desires, without anything requirement is called nirmal man. Then it is nirmal, it will be nischal. Nischal means गाड़ी बंद हो गया. That's what I mean. गाड़ी बंद करने के लिए first you have to apply the brakes and then you have to pull down the gear from first gear to neutral. Neutrality is निश्चल मन, निर्मल मन. स्थिरता, मेडिटेटिव ध्यान, चित्त शांत हो गया. अब काय का मूव है, काय की दौड़ है, लेकिन पहले गाड़ी रुकना चाहिए. फर्स्ट द व्हीकल हैज टू स्टॉप. आफ्टर स्टॉपिंग, that is called para. Second stage. That is where Devi Kalutra happens. Devi Kalutra, you can say the Devi is driving in the car. While she is driving in the car, chasing her pursuits, she is talking to Mahadev. Mahadeva, I want to reach you. How can I? उनकी दिशा कहाँ है? महादेव पीछे. Mahadev is always पीछे, behind Parvati. Because Parvati has left home. Shivalok Dham. She has left the Sastrara. So when she is in Muladhara, going towards Muladhara, where is Sastrara? पीछे है कि नहीं? Shiva is behind. So now in the car she is asking, Mahadev, I want to come to you. How to? I've tried everything. And Mahadev says, पहले शांत हो जाओ. Devi Kalwatra, what does he say? First become still, निश्चल हो जाओ, and then remove all fear and doubts from your mind and listen to me carefully. 3 points Mahadeva tells Parvati. First, शांत हो जाओ. मतलब गाड़ी बंद करो. Your vehicle which is going continuously, stop. So the vehicle has to stop. That is Nischala. Then remove all the fears and doubts. I means have crystal clear clarity on what you want. If you have fears and doubt, how are you going to get that God? You don't know what is God. Fear comes when you don't know something. If you know it in clarity, why will be there fear? Fear and anxiety, देखो कभी भी, it is because of lack of proper knowing. You enter into a dark room, there is fear, anxiety. Why? Because you don't know what is there in the darkness. So darkness means timir, antar timir, ignorance. So first that ignorance, the doubts and fears has to be removed. You have crystal clear clarity, means you need to have full trust on what he is saying. Mahadeva is saying. चलते गाड़ी में किसी को आत्मज्ञान नहीं होता. Now you understand why I say still camera should be on. Deep contemplative session. Because I don't know what you're doing behind. And the conditions for deep contemplative is you have to be present in front of the camera. Doing nothing. Absolutely still. When I am sure you are still with me, then we talk further. हलते डुलते नहीं होता. You cannot be eating, you cannot be talking, you cannot be doing anything. People will not understand why I am saying that. बहुत strict है. Strict क्या वो महादेव का ही principles. What does he say? पहले निश्चल. First become still. Means whatever you're doing, come to a stop. And put your attention here. What does he say? First become still. Remove all fears and doubts from your mind and listen to me attentively. Now, if you're doing hundreds of things, can you listen to it attentively? That's the whole thing. So it's very difficult to get people on the camera and still them and stay here. Those are ripe seekers because डर क्या है? किस चीज का है डर? We are doing sadhana here, tapas. Here I am, ready for it. Here I am sitting with it. Hide and seek नहीं है कुछ भी. Hide किसको करना है? क्या करना? What is the reason for hiding? Straight. So then we know, okay, see, that happens in retreat. Retreat mein why it is so serious? Because everybody comes there with one focus. Everybody knows why they are coming to Tiruvannamalai or Kanangad or Ganeshpur. They know why they are coming. So when you know what you want from life, when your goal is clear, seriousness automatically comes. But if I just say somebody who's come to Tiruvannamalai, come you also and come and sit in the retreat, what will happen? Will they be focused? No. उनका कुछ और agenda है. So that stillness has to be there. That is a must. Atma Gyan. ये सब आत्म तत्व है ना. These are not deep contemplative. I'm just discussing. Deep contemplative I will do with those protocols only. And we have very few people in that. Sit, no problem. Like, we are serious. If you want that on the priority of your life, you will do anything. If you do not want, you will have plenty of excuses. ये है, वो है. So, now imagine if the Devi is driving and she's telling Mahadeva, I want Atma Gyan. What will Mahadeva say? Exactly these things only. पहले गाड़ी तो रुकाओ, पहले स्टिल तो हो जाओ, ध्यान दो इधर. Are you clear? Fear of all the doubts and fears? Is it removed? Listen attentively. Then only something can happen. So Devi Kalotra is the final Upadesha given. And this path is the final Upadesha. That is why Ramana is telling here. This is not suited for everybody. जिसकी वाहन हमेशा movement है. You are searching something in this world. This is not suited for them. You might say, no, I want it. That is your mind's, what do you call? Your mind's craving. एक mind का एक desire है वो. I want to know the self. वो desire से कुछ नहीं होता. You cannot just have a vague, it's not a vague desire. That's what we are telling. It's a priority desire where you're ready to give up your life for it. That is how it comes. Nothing else in front of it. Then only Atma Bodh, Atma Jnana. Atma Jnana se Atma Bodh. Self-realization, mumukshatva. Mumukshatva means that craving. deep craving. I'm not saying you should be in that 24 by 7 in that state, काम धंधा छोड़ के. No. But when you're sitting for that. Sitting के अंदर काम नहीं, sitting के अंदर धंधा नहीं. In the sitting, there is no eating, there is no entertainment, there is no mobile searching, there is no discussions. Then that is called pride. That is mumukshata. So advanced seekers are that. This is not, that is why he said it's not suited for all. So what are we taking? Three stages. One is the vehicle is moving ahead. Second, you realize there is no thing that I can get from outside which can give me that peace. The day you realize it completely, only your गाड़ी बंद हो जाएगी. नहीं तो तुम्हारी गाड़ी बंद ही नहीं हो. Do what you want. Until you see that myth, what you're chasing, day in and day out, like a mad bull, that whatever you're chasing in this world, I'm again not telling give up your occupation or give up your chores or give up your daily activities. I'm not saying that. But if you're aware while you're in your activities, you're completely conscious of your prior goal, even while you're in the activities, then you're free. We are not telling leave everything and go to the ashram or something. Ashram जाके भी कोई फायदा नहीं. Because your mind is the car that is moving. You might go to the ashram and sit, but your car is moving. Plenty of desires. So that forward moving can stop only when you see the myth and ignorance in it. It cannot stop by force. It cannot stop by a guru. It cannot stop by because somebody told. It cannot stop because Shiva told you. Shiva has been telling from when? How many years past we are seeing all this? We are contemplating on this. Kitna time ho gaya? We know what Shiva is saying. But गाड़ी रुक नहीं रही. Why? Because अभी भी वो दिख नहीं रहा कि what you're chasing is. है नहीं उसमें कुछ दम. That is what it means. Advanced path, advanced seekers means that. Advanced seekers are the ones who have seen. अब उनकी गाड़ी चल रही है, देह चला नहीं रहे. Now their car is moving, but they are not driving it by their will. The car is taking to places by the driver. They are not on the wheel, deciding, I want this, I want that. No, the car is moving as a part of finishing the previous desires. That is karma. Car is moving because of prarabdha karma. But it depends whether you're driving the car or you're in the back seat. Because in the back seat also your driver can do the driving, car can be moving, but you can be still. That is prarabdha. That is jivan mukta state. The mind is nischala. Body is moving. The presence is still. So we are talking about that. Need not stop the vehicle. You might stop the vehicle and still be present. The vehicle might be moving, but you still be present. But there, the vehicle is moving according to the karmic pattern, destiny. So I'm destiny. According to destiny, it's moving. And you are not trying to control that. Let it go. But your presence is still. When your presence becomes still, with the vehicle or without the vehicle, when the presence becomes still, it is now ready to reflect inside. उसको बोलते हैं अंतर्मुखी. अंतर्मुख होना. To turn inside. And when you turn inside, now Devi is looking at the right direction to Shiva. पहले क्या है? Shiva पीछे. She is having all conversations with Shiva. But she is in a hurry. It is just like you are with a friend or a partner or somebody in your family or your friend or somebody. You're there. But that partner or that friend or that person is busy doing something, talking to you. बट मन उसका बोलो लेट्स से मोबाइल में. You are talking, you are fully involved, but that person is only responding to you. But the dhyana is in the mobile. How would you feel? You might do something, say something to take attention here. And the argument, what the person might do, I am there with you, right? I have seen this many times in my car when my friends visiting. They're all busy somewhere. They'll be calling, come on, let's go and all. But nobody is present. In the moment, nobody is available. ये मेरा personal experience. Nobody is available. In this world, nobody is available in the present moment. Nobody can be with you. हम लोग प्रेजेंट वाले लोग हैं. प्रेजेंस में कोई है नहीं. दुनिया दौड़ रही है. सबका मन दौड़ रहा है. Where it is running, they also don't know, but they are running. So I sit with my friends sometime. They say, come, we'll meet, and okay. They are not there. Somebody is talking to his girlfriend. Somebody is arguing with his family. Somebody is looking at tomorrow. Oh, one day's work is there. I got to do this. वो planning चल रहा है. अरे भाई काय को बुलाया मेरे को? Why did you call me? तू काम करते रहे. तू लवर के साथ बैठे रहे. या तू फैमिली के साथ डिस्कस करते रहे, डिबेट कर, गॉसिप कर, जो भी कर. हमारा क्या काम? अवेलेबल नहीं. Exactly that is how Devi is talking to Mahadeva. I want Atma Sakshatkara. Where she is? Busy. So what Shiva says? गलत बोला क्या शिवा ने? Become still and listen carefully to what I'm saying. Exactly like this scenario. When you have people around with you and you're trying to get their attention, pay attention. Otherwise, will you feel like talking to anybody? Your friend or anybody? जहाँ बाढ़ में जाओगे. You will feel bored yourself. How will you feel? Just think of it. And imagine these deep topics. ये कौन से तत्व है हमारे? आत्मज्ञान. आत्मज्ञान के लिए you cannot be window shopping and asking and having conversation with Shiva. You cannot be running all around in samsara and wanting Atma Sakshatkara at the same time. It's not possible. Attentiveness. Attentiveness कब आता है? जब mind presence में. You are in presence. Then you are fully attentive to the voice of the self. Self की आवाज सुनने के लिए you have to be attentive and मुड़ना चाहिए. सावधान पीछे मुड़. Take a turn back and look back because वो पीछे बैठे हैं महादेव. You cannot be washing the dishes and telling Mahadev मेरे को जरा आत्मज्ञान दो, and you're putting your what you call earphones and listening to आत्मज्ञान. बर्तन मांजते मांजते. You cannot be moving. Your mind cannot be moving. Well, these tattvas come. These tattvas come in stillness. So those whose mind presence is still and alert are called advanced seekers. Clear? And those who are turned around. ऐसा नहीं कि ध्यान करने बैठे हैं बट आंख संसार की तरफ है. हाँ महादेव, आई एम लिसनिंग. महादेव will tell, I know your cunningness. घूमो ना इधर, मुड़ो, turn in the right direction and then listen face to face. Let samsar be behind you. नहीं नहीं महादेव, I'm very serious. You don't worry about it. You don't know how serious I am. You cannot put it conditions to Mahadev. वो बोला बोला, पत्थर की लकीर है. What did he say? Become निश्चल, remove all fears and doubts from your mind and listen to me attentively. मतलब यहाँ देखो. And then when you turn, पहले गाड़ी रुकना चाहिए. You cannot turn directly. Many people go are driving and they're turning. They're not turning. उनका मुंडी घूम रहा है बस. Only their head is spinning. Body is busy going. And they're telling, no. That's called part-time spirituality. That's not wrong. That is what he says here. Those who follow other paths are not ripe for this until they become advanced in their own path. जब तक अपने पथ में वो निश्चल तत्व को प्राप्त नहीं होते. Whatever path they are doing, they have to reach Nishchala Tattva, other that path is not fulfilling for them. Kuch kaam ka nahi path ho. Any path you take, that path must strive to bring dhyana samadhi state, chitta vritti nirodha. Otherwise, that path is unsuccessful. If the mind is still shaking after doing all that sadhanas, क्या फायदा? मन को स्थिर करने की साधना होती है, प्रैक्टिस होती है. Every guru is trying to do that. Gurus prescribe correct sadhanas, but how many seekers do? Because we do not know what is the goal in every path. All are moving and they want Mahadev. That is why it's very funny. Everybody is moving and all want Mahadev. कैसा possible है? You cannot be dancing and getting Mahadev. Dance is a kriya, is a byproduct of your ecstasy. When you are ecstatic, a kriya might happen inside you. That is laughter, dance, crying, joy, ecstasy, bliss, ananda. वो अलग है. That's a byproduct. But when you are inducing that dance, when you want to dance, when you want to sing, when you want to laugh, when you want to glorify, that is still another vasana in spirituality. Many people don't take the turn inside, they take a different turn in other paths. What they do in spiritual paths is, वो ये भीड़ भाड़ है, संसार है, संसार नहीं. We will look into a place where everything is silent. So a road is changed. Market roads, they come into peaceful roads and they go into gardens. They go into the gardens, or they go into parks, or they go into so-called ashramas, which are nothing but gardens, peaceful garden. But halchal to hoti hai. No sthirta is there anybody. Sab halchal hi halchal hai. Another samsara, another maya. Maya ke andar maya. So what Adhyatma in today's world, Kali Yuga, is going to some peaceful place, going to some temple place, going where Shiva's Murti is there, Shakti's Murti is there. But हिलना डुलना बंद नहीं होगा. नवरात्रा is come. नाचो रात भर, डुबके लगाओ, ढोल नगाड़े, गाना, खाना, प्रसाद, भगवान के नाम पे सब कुछ. ये अध्यात्म नहीं है बेटा. This is not what he is telling. What he says, those who follow other paths are not yet ripe for this until they become advanced in their own path. Advance कैसे बनेंगे अपने path में? जब तक स्थिर नहीं होंगे, advance नहीं. Whichever path they are doing, स्थिरता आनी चाहिए. Okay, there is Navratra, नगाड़े बज रहे, but there you should be चित्त शांत. शिवरात्रि is come. सब नाच रहे हैं, ऊपर से नीचे सब नाच रहे हैं उसके अंदर. Shivratri is what? All the Ratris. Shivratri, Navratri, Ratri है इसके अंदर. What is Ratri? सुषुप्ति. Sleep है वो. Sleep state. Sushupti is meditative state. You enter to the self. Every night you go to sleep. वो भी रात्रि है आपका. Every Ratri which is there. Ratri means what? Night. Every Ratri you go to sleep. But you are unconsciously sleeping there. होश ही नहीं. Navaratri, Shivratri means होश में सो जाना. That night, be jagrit. Be awake while you are going to sleep. Sleep is what? Meditation. Meditation में भी जागृत रहो. वो है शिवरात्रि, महारात्रि, नवरात्रि. I don't know if you attended. We had done this once, Mahashivratri, 2 years back, where I sat the whole night. I said, okay, I'll teach you what is the meaning of this Shivaratri. Last time also I did Shivaratri from Arunachal. इतने लोग जानेंगे. ये सब प्रसिद्ध वाली चीज नहीं है. इसमें ठुमका उमका कहाँ है? Even if I do live, I did a live. किसको इंटरेस्ट है? Who wants? They want to dance the whole night, party all night, महादेव के साथ. इसलिए ripe नहीं है. They are not ripe seekers. Why that tumka is there? Why that dance is there? अभी भी वासना है. अभी भी they feel by looking at something, by listening to some music, if they dance, their happiness will come. So their happiness is still based on something outside. Objective आगे गाड़ी अभी भी चल रही है उनकी. अध्यात्म के अंदर भी गाड़ी चल रही है, बस एक अलग रूट पकड़ लिया बस. Car is moving, but it's not in one direction. In the public now, अभी थोड़ा garden, nice view. What all they are doing in the name of God? I'm thinking they will get Mahadev. And where is Mahadev sitting? Mahadev is their awareness, pure awareness. But so what is that? They are Mahadev only, but they don't know they are Mahadev. वो ढूंढ रहे कहीं स्टेज पे, पर्वत पे. Who can listen to these talks? Only right seekers. जिसको वासना है भी वो ये भी अनकंफर्टेबल लगेगा उनको अंदर से. Will start something will not, even though you want to hear it. हो रहा है क्या कुछ लोगों को? You want to hear it, but something uncomfortable. That uncomfortableness is that fear, doubt, and this is what Mahadev is telling Devi. पहले निश्चल, no fear, no doubt, and then listen attentively. See, all these tattvas are there. तब तक we are not ready. Eligibility हो. आत्म ज्ञान के लिए एलिजिबिलिटी है ये. योर माइंड शुड बिकम, चित्त शांत होना चाहिए. कोई बाहर का आपको ये नहीं है, अज्ञानता नहीं है. यू आर नॉट थिंकिंग दैट समथिंग इज गोइंग टू गिव यू फ्रॉम आउटसाइड, इंक्लूडिंग स्पिरिचुअलिटी. ना संसार आपको देगा, ना कोई स्पिरिचुअल चीजें भी, गुडीज आर गोइंग टू गिव यू. व्हेन यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट, यू ओनली विल बिकम टोटली अंतर्मुखी. नहीं तो फड़फड़ाता रहेगा मन. और जब तक फड़फड़ाए, यू आर नॉट रेडी फॉर दिस एडवांस पाथ. व्हाट इज द एडवांस पाथ? फर्स्ट गाड़ी न्यूट्रल, न्यूट्रल के बाद टर्न बैक, एंड देन दैट कॉन्टेम्पलेशन. देन वो जो स्थिर अवस्था है, निर्मल मन, निश्चल मन. देयर व्हेन यू स्टार्ट कॉन्टेम्पलेटिंग, यू मूव बियॉन्ड द माइंड. कार छोड़ के आप निकल जाते. यू हैव टू गो बियॉन्ड द माइंड. अब मन का सहारा नहीं है. दैट इज थर्ड पार्ट, थर्ड लेवल. थर्ड लेवल में बिल्कुल यू डोंट डिपेंड एब्सोल्युटली ऑन योर माइंड, बॉडी, इंटेलेक्ट. ना शरीर पे आपको डिपेंडेंसी है साधना करने के लिए, ना मन चाहिए आपको डिपेंडेंसी, ना आपकी बुद्धि अवेयरनेस की भी जरूरत है. गेटिंग इट? इन द फर्स्ट लेवल निश्चल मन मीन्स व्हाट? यू स्टॉप मीन्स शरीर मूव करना बंद कर दिया. देन यू आर इन योर माइंड. थर्ड स्टेप में इवन द माइंड इज गॉन. एंड माइंड कैन ओनली गो अगेन व्हेन doubts are cleared, fears are cleared, मन शांत है, पीसफुल, फुल क्लैरिटी, स्थिर हो गया, स्टिल. And then you're now ready to listen attentively to the अंतर्मुखी voice. अंतरात्मन की आवाज अब सुनाई देगा आपको. अंतर गुरु की आवाज अब सुनाई देगा. Now the inner guru's vibrations will be available to you. यहां से अलग सिलसिला है. From here is another journey, and that is this journey. What he's telling? Advance, ripe seekers. So he says this path is the highest of all and suited only for the advanced aspirants. Those who follow other paths are not yet ripe for this until they become advanced in their own paths. So if you are not, then you can follow any path and reach to the highest point of that path. What does that mean? No paths can give you mukti. Paths can take you to the highest level of samadhi, sthirta. Uske baad it is your eligibility. Paths can take you till there. Chitta Shuddhi karo, do this, Guru will prescribe ye karo, wo karo, do this, all to make your chitta shant. But once your chitta becomes shant, then you turn inward. Then Guru is not needed from outside, path is not needed, because now you're not using the mind, body, intellect. बाहर का कुछ भी जो आपको चाहिए, whatever you need outside, you need these three. When these three are not functioning, there is no point. Anybody outside, anything outside, कोई बाहर का तत्व याद पता ही नहीं, आपको चाहिए ही नहीं. Now you are suspended beyond the mind, intellect. Awareness भी काम नहीं करता अभी. Awareness is only to give you this much understanding. Awareness की वजह से you come to देवी कालोत्तरा state. उसके बाद even the awareness you go beyond the ज्ञानमय कोशा into आनंदमय कोशा. वहां ज्ञान भी काम नहीं करता, बुद्धि भी काम नहीं करता, बुद्धि है ही नहीं. In the आनंदमय कोशा when one reaches, that is called the I amness. अर्धनारीश्वर state वो है, where there is only pure awareness, nothing else. No mind to tell you what to do, no mind to see my Shiva, to see some light, no mind to expect अब क्या होगा, वो सब कुछ भी होती नहीं वहां पे. ये सब मन के अंदर होता है. You have to get this crystal clear. वहां पे कोई अपेक्षा, there is no mind for you to do there anything. You are just in a suspended state, and that is called Purna Samarpan state, complete surrendered state. What are we doing here? We are trying to get to that I amness state here, and then practice and stabilize that I amness state. उसके बाद there is nothing to do. The last thing that you can do is give up everything and come, give up the mind, buddhi, and stay in that. That's all. If you drop again into the mind, what you can do is again leave it. What we regularly practice in the retreats. Those who have done retreats now will understand this. You go again, you are gone, you are blank. How many? For 2 hours last time we did, 2.5 hours. Blank. बात करते करते we entered. And when I told it's 3 o'clock, 3:30, everybody shocked. 2+ hours passed. And what were you doing? Suspended. पता ही नहीं, होश नहीं है. So you will be entering into sleep while the जागृत रहो. Become aware. Again you become aware. When you are aware of that blankness, that is I amness. If you are not aware of the I amness, that is called sleep. निद्रा में चले जाते हो. निद्रा में नहीं जाना है, योग निद्रा में. जो योग निद्रा करता है उसके लिए महाशिवरात्रि. निद्रा में जो योग में की स्थिति में रहता है, whoever is there in the state of yoga, in the nidra, that is in the sleep, for them is Mahashivratri. Shivaratri is to be in yoga nidra whole night, not to keep your mind and body dancing. Oh, Mahadev is you. आपका awareness, pure awareness only can take any forms of Shiva. You are the creator, you are the maintainer, you are the destroyer. You are the Panchakritta Shiva. Panchamukhi Shiva आप ही है. Shiva has 5 tattvas. So they show up. Head number 1, head number 2, head number 3, head number 4, head number 5. Panchamukhi Shiva. And 4 direction, and 1 looking upward. Isan. 4 different directions. So what does that mean? Tattva Shiva is there everywhere. It means that the consciousness which is there, the supreme awareness which is there, it's there in all directions. But when it moves into all directions, it goes down also. That is the Tirobhava. What are the 3 heads? Creation, maintenance, destruction. 4th one is Tirobhava. 5th is Anugrasha. 5 Krityas of Shiva. And you are that Shiva. In you, you have the power to look outside and create. In you, you have the power to maintain anything that you want. In you, you have the power to destroy what you don't want. This is in your heart. You are the Panchakriti Shiva. You have the 5 Tattyas. You have the Tirobhava. When you want, you can play the game and go ahead further. You say, no, I'm ignorant. I understand. Okay, I'm the Atman. I'm the self. I'm not the body. I'm not the mind. Okay, I understand this. But I want to play a little bit. That is Tirobhava. Go ahead and play. You only go in all directions. Whichever directions you want, you are only going. And the 5th Kriti is Anugrah Shakti. When you're fed up of all your games, finally that Anugrah Shakti will activate. जब Anugrah Shakti will activate in your being, you will see everything fika fika. That is called Anugrah. तभी गाड़ी रुकेगी. पंचकृत्य शिव है. शिव सूत्र is this, what I'm telling you. कहाँ है शिव सूत्र? वो शिव बाहर नहीं है. It is about you. You have the power to move. Take your vehicle ahead. कार में बैठ के आगे जाना है, जाओ. You want to do window shopping? Create. अब विंडो शॉपिंग खरीद के लेके आए सामान घर पे. You brought everything back home. अब मेंटेन करो उसको. You brought a television, you brought a washing machine, you brought a AC, you brought a car. अब मेंटेनेंस भरपाई करते रहो उस चीज की. You wanted to create a family, you created. You produced children, you created children. You created children. उत्पत्ति उत्पत्ति आपने की, अब पालन करो. You began relationship, maintain it now. You gave birth to offsprings, maintain it now. पालन करो. अब कब तक? जब तक आप चाहो. पालन करते करते, मेंटेन करते करते, you say no, I want 2 more items. जाओ खरीदो, क्रिएट. लेकिन when you create, Vishnu also follows. मेंटेन करना पड़ता है. See these 3 tattvas. Again 3. What you create, you have to maintain. Even if it is your ego. You created that ego. I was born. Now maintain it. Till when? Till you want it. Ego लेके घूमो. अज्ञानता लेके घूमो. What after that if I don't want it? Third one will activate. Rudra. संघार. संघार करो ego के. Desire संघार करो. You can create desire. You can maintain desire. You can finish it up. तुम्हारे हाथ में. Panchakriti Shiva is you. Shiva Sutras. Where are you searching that Shiva on the hill? So searching in somewhere is called अज्ञानता. That is the first level. You are running. कार लेके निकले महादेव को ढूंढने. कौन ढूंढ रहा है महादेव को? महादेव स्वयं. गजनी. गजनी भूल गया है मैं कौन हूं. He is not recognizing himself. उसको सीने में लिखना पड़ रहा है गजनी, so that वो भूल ना जाए जब उसकी याददाश्त चली जाए. Gajni is a film character actually. He forgets. It's a movie, fictional movie. He forgets himself because his brain gets washed out, and he has no awareness of who he is. He turns into a different personality. I have not seen that movie also, but theme पता है मुझे. I have not seen exactly क्या story, so I don't know. But the theme is that then they try to. He wants himself to remember every time he's going out and he's forgetting and he's behaving like someone else. So he literally takes a knife and writes his name here. He marks his name here so that when he sees in the mirror, he can remember. Oh, that's my name. That's me. Because who is there to tell? Nobody is there to tell him you are that. So he tells himself. That is exactly what we're telling. We only have to tell ourselves, I am Shiva. My true nature, I am Shiva. You write it, you script it, you take notes, you memorize it, you do mantra, you go anywhere, you go to any guru, they are like reflection. They are the mirror that will reflect and tell you are that. Anywhere you search, they will tell you are only that. Anywhere you go, they will tell you are. The one who doesn't tell you are that, I don't know what they are. Someone said, I am that, come follow me. Usually it's a misunderstanding. When Krishna came, Krishna said, I am that. And Arjuna started bowing to him. I am that he's referring to everybody. So when I say, like if I say here right now, I am Shiva, will you start worshipping me? Oh, he Shiva? No, I'm talking on behalf of you also, right? When I say I am, हम सबकी बात कर रहे हैं. I am means आपका भी I am. When Krishna said that, they said, oh, he is the one. When Jesus said, I and my father are one, I am that I am, they all said, oh, he is the one. He is not the one. He is simply expressing himself. उनको बहुत हो गया. He has realized, so he is expressing. I am that I am. हम क्या करते हैं? When the Guru says, I am that, you are that I am. Guru is showing mirror. Are you getting it? The day you understand this, that's called Guru Kripa. Guru Kripa is not writing letters, going and taking his darshan, trying to meet him. That is not Guru Kripa. Or making him remember you, sending messages to people, begging for his healing and grace. ये Guru Kripa नहीं होता. Guru Kripa means his Daya Drishti, his Sankalpa, his prayer for his disciples, devotees, is that Swabodho. You realize the self. And if you realize, Guru Kripa ho gaya. No Guru has any other agenda. Every Guru has that agenda that you must realize. You must realize who you are, not you must not realize who they are. Anybody who tells you that is not the true one. You don't know who I am. They must tell you who you are. They must all be the mirrors. That's called Guru Kripa. When Nisargadatta Maharaj was asked this question, how did you realize the self? He said, I simply trusted what my Guru said. And in 3 years, I attained it. Now you might say, we also trust our Gurus. He trusted on the highest saying. What Mahadeva is telling, become Nischal, free of fear and doubts, and then listen to me attentively. Oh, Shiv क्या बोलते हैं वहां पे? एक ही teaching है वहां पे. What will Shiva say? You are me, I am you. You are that. Me. Shivoham, you are only that. That is what he's going to say. That is the only instruction. The final instruction है और कुछ नहीं बोल सकते Shiva. बोलते भी नहीं, but that's the relay. And that's the final Upadesha. That's all what this path is about. Every Guru will say this only. But is the sadhaka, is the seeker, is the disciple or devotee in this third state, like Devi Kalotra state, to listen, to understand, to have no other thoughts other than that final one teaching? So when people say, no, even I follow my Guru, you don't know what you're following. If I tell you what your Guru teaches you, you will give me 10 pages or 10 notebooks of teachings. Guru's teaching is only one, my dear. Only one teaching. I am that I am. You are that. Tattvamasi. Tattvam-masi. You are only that Tattva. So Nisargadatta Maharaj says, when my Guru told me, you are not this body. You are absolutely not this body. He simply was telling him a hint. Find out who you are then, if you're not the body. Like Ramana does this. He will poke you again back and back to that only. Find out who you are. Find out that. So the Guru Tattva is that which says, find out who you are. He will help you to come to that state. But the last Upadesha will always be, find out who you are. The last sadhana given to you. इसके आगे और क्या साधना हो सकता है? लेकिन to come to that state, you have to do a lot of give-ups. गाड़ी रुकना चाहिए, न्यूट्रल होना चाहिए, and then the reverse gear. You're going back from where you came. You came back home. सहस्त्रारा, मूलाधार तक गया, वापस रिवर्स. लेकिन रिवर्स जाने के लिए पहले गाड़ी तो रुके. गाड़ी चलती जा रही है, and at the same time आत्मा साक्षात्कार कैसे हो सकता है? उल्टा दिशा में जा रहे हैं. Going in the opposite direction. So Nisargadatta Maharaj says, my Guru told me, you are the self. You are not this body, you are the self. But that much, he said, I caught that, and I was contemplating only on that. In 3 years, I achieved it. 3 years में कौन सा साधना किया? Completely being aware of this only. Nothing else. So when he says, I listen to my Guru, he has taken the Guru's highest Upadesha. That's what they're doing, advanced. Why? Because he's advanced seeker. Nisargadatta Maharaj is advanced seeker. उसकी गाड़ी रुक गई उनकी. That is why he is able to hear that. His Guru also gave many mantras. Siddharameshwar Maharaj, his Guru, gave many mantras. He gave mantra dikshas to everybody. Even Nisargadatta Maharaj had taken mantra diksha. Nisargadatta Maharaj himself used to give mantra diksha to others in the start. So is it in the mantra diksha? Is it in the mantra? No, mantra is all this on the mind body level, what I said. Gaadi hai, jari aage. But he's a ripe one. He caught the final Upadesha from the same Guru. Every Guru gives all level jnana. Anubhopaya, Shaktopaya, Shambhopaya. Which Guru does not give me? Tell me. I heard all the Gurus. All of them kahin na kahin final Upadesha bolte bhi hai. They tell you. But if you are interested in the other teachings, you will never get there. Because other teachings, it is still in the body and mind. There are so many other teachings that are going on. Don't hate anybody. Take care of your people. Work hard every single day. What is this? You'll get Atma Tattva. Gurus only tell. All Gurus tell this. Which Guru does not tell? How to live in this world, how to navigate, how to do yam niyam disciplines. Subah Brahma Muhurat mein utna hai, nahana hai. You should put an asan, then sit. Who doesn't tell? Everybody. ये सब हलचल कराता है कि नहीं? शांत का करा रहा है. It makes you a doer. You keep on doing. शांत का है? नहीं है. लेकिन ये करते करते शांत हो जाता है. After doing all these kind of sadhanas, your chitta becomes shuddha. चित्त शुद्धि होता है. Then you are eligible for the final teaching from the same Guru, if you and the Guru are available. God knows where you are, where the Guru is. You don't need the physical Guru. But the Guru's teaching, if it has got embedded somewhere else, and even the Guru is not physically there, you know the highest teachings of every Guru. You sit and contemplate on it. उसमें गुरु का शरीर क्यों चाहिए? फोटो क्यों चाहिए? फोटो is just like, it's needed to remember. उनको याद करना पड़ता है. Do you have to remember the Guru with a photo? Somebody called me once and asked me this question. जेकब जी आप गुरु को मिस करते हो तो क्या करते हो? I said, I don't miss somebody. भूल गए? You forgot? मैं बोला भूला तो उसको जाता है जिसको याद करना पड़ता है. I asked, what do you do when you forget your Guru? I said, I don't. When you miss your Guru? I said, I don't miss. What do you mean? Have you forgotten? I said, you can forget that one which has to be remembered. ये क्या है remember forgetting? Which is a tattva in you. You know it very clearly. पता है आपको what it is. Guru tattva क्या? You know it very well. उनको याद करना, उनके बारे में सोचना, then replay all that memories, drama in the mind. वो सब ड्रामा है. तत्व बोध हो गया. You simply know, and that vibe of the Guru and the Shishya is there all the time. It is there inside. The vibe, same frequency में. We are all in that same frequency, right? I am always in the frequency of what the Guru tattva is. So I don't need to remember anybody by photo. तत्व है वो. Guru has told all his life, I am not the body. I am the consciousness. कितने को पल्ले पड़ता है? This is the meaning of it. That is meaning of right. That is what Nisargadatta Maharaj said. When my Guru told me that, I remember. His Guru did not come at home and tell him that. Somewhere he told once. वो उनके मन में बैठ गया. After that, he never went to meet his Guru. जरूरत ही नहीं. You got the point, right? बाकी और क्यों वो सब नौटंकी? All that entertainment wise needed. Get the point, got the point. Work on it straight. So now tell me, this tattva is so clear. Do you need somebody to sit there and give you diksha and then tell you the whole story and then go into all that and then you listen, then you develop devotion, then you do all that acting of surrender? Acting, you know, because mind cannot surrender. You will simply say, I surrender. Because you are either scared of that Guru Tattva or you are greedy. Supply band ho jayega if you don't say, I don't surrender. You will not get that grace you think. Or you are feared, if I don't surrender, then what will happen? I have to. That's not surrender. Surrender is Purnahuti. Purnahuti. In every Avan, Homa, you give the Purnahuti, sab kuch. That is the last surrender. When the ego itself is thrown there. Abiding in the self is Purnahuti. Purnahuti means, tum karo, jo karna hai. वहां पे मेरा will नहीं चलता. तेरी रजा में मेरी रजा. Thy will be done. When one comes to that state and throws oneself completely into that tattva, then उसके बाद there is no free will. That is called पूर्ण आहुति. दे दिया आहुति आपने अपने अस्तित्व का. That is surrender. बाकी सब नौटंकी है. Mind and body's games there. Body is going and bowing down. Mind is talking about, thinking about it. Words are speaking about it. So Guru Purnima's week, what is there? Next week when we start, Monday we will start. Monday to Saturday, full day we will be doing this Guru Tattva. What is Guru? According to Ramana Tattva. And then understanding and aligning to the Guru Tattva so that we awaken that Guru Tattva. And on Sunday, I don't know, the coming Sunday, uske baad ka Sunday, not this Sunday, just before the Guru Purnima, we may have a short webinar or not. I don't know. But it's one registration, full, from Monday till Guru Purnima, till 28. Just one registration. Pura ek saath chalega. One week, every night like this, we understand the Guru Tattva. Sunday, we may, I don't know, let's see, the awakening inner Guru, that is Apadipa Bhava, Buddha's words. And then I think 2-3 days are left and the Guru Purnima is there. That day, live will be there. So live is the main thing. Guru Dakshinamurti Tattva, Parunachala Tattva. So it's I think 10 days or something aisa aa jayega. But same registration, one registration. So it's a whole program. Those who are interested in activating the inner Guru, understanding the Tattva, you can sign up for that. Full day, full sessions, the whole event will be only contemplating on the Guru Tattva, nothing else. So I believe that will be deepening our understanding of, because that is called the surrendering, the inner Guru. What is that inner Guru? They are beyond concepts. What I told you is just a little bit. Samarpan, what I told you. What is devotion to Guru? What is worshipping the Guru? What is sitting at the feet of the Guru? What is meditating on the Guru? We'll understand all that. Tattva. As per Ramana's teachings. Because if you understand what Ramana is telling in this, then you are eligible to understand and meditate on Guru Dakshinamurti, which is inside. गाड़ी रुकनी चाहिए, न्यूट्रल होना चाहिए and reverse gear. There, reverse में you get all the tattvas inside. Inner Guru is inside. अंतर्मुखी होना पड़ता है. बाहर देखते देखते नहीं. अभी भी if your vasanas are outside, if your striving is still outside, still it is depending on the outside gurus, then it is difficult. It is not wrong. You can continue that journey till you understand and realize what is the truth. Tab tak you can continue. But that time, till then, you cannot activate these both. You cannot say there also, here also. It's just like telling Shiva is there in Kailasha. I'm going to meet him. But what we are talking here? The Shivatva which is there in you, the Shiva's consciousness, pure awareness which is there, that only it is. So that is the truth, ultimate truth. But no, I have still that concept. Then you can't get the inner one. Simple cheez hai. You can only get one. You cannot have two thoughts at one time. Nobody can have two thoughts at one time. It is only one. So what you are with, that is your reality, going to be your reality. So if you are always in the outside, that is going to be your reality. If you are abiding in the self inside, that is going to be your reality. So only when you have jnana, when you have clarity in these things, you can move to that zone beyond fear and doubt. Abhi sab darte hain log. Doubts are there. ऐसा कैसा हो सकता है? Fear is there. No problem. You can finish those fears in whichever ways you want. There are so many techniques, either here, anywhere. They're all teaching you different ways. Get rid of all your fears by having awareness, wisdom. Only wisdom can kill your fears. There's no other way. ज्ञान होना चाहिए. अज्ञानता से ही भय आता है. All fears are linked to अज्ञानता. The fear of death is the greatest fear. The fear of death. बाप है वो भय का. And you see where the bija, the fear of death? Ego. अज्ञानता है वो. Who is going to die? If you get proper gyan, Who's the one who dies? The fear will go. Because we have no full clarity or experience of it, we are still clinging on to ideas. So first you have to have intellectual understanding. That is what we are going to do whole week. Intellectually understand and get full everything clear. And after that, the experience, the practice. So without intellectual stimulation, I wouldn't want to give anybody a practice experience. You have to be fully clear with that. Before that, ask questions, clarify all your doubts, be completely doubt free. Don't do guesswork. Don't guess. Ask, clarify, and clarify in such a way that your heart is at peace. You get an answer, don't say, okay, I understood. This half heartedly. It should simply give you an explosion inside, and you say, wow, ek bojh halka ho gaya. That is how you should feel. That is called the destruction of ignorance. Antar timir mitao, we say, no? Jot se jot jaga. By the light of the wisdom, we burn the inner darkness. And that darkness has to burn. So when there is light inside, there is no fear. When there is darkness, there is fear. So this is what we will be focusing on. I thought Guru Purnima week, it's good. Every time something or the other peeps pops into, and that's I just follow my heart. All programs are that only, following what you feel like deeply. Every time you can see something or the other is there. So that will help us understand. Good, I told this because Nisargadatta Maharaj is Guru. And Siddharameshwarji said. And he used to give all kind of dikshas and all that. But once Nisargadatta Maharaj came to that level, the right seeker, he himself stopped all the sadhanas. He stopped giving mantra dikshas. He himself did not practice anything, but only that one bodha. I am that. He lived in pure presence, in the I amness, as much as possible. And it was not like, oh, he just got it. No, he understood it first intellectually and he trusted his guru. Yes, what he says is true. And then he started practicing it. That is why 3 years. 3 years is not a time pass practice again. It is not part time. He didn't say, first let me complete making my BDs, then let me go and sell it. Then when I get good money, then in the night before sleeping, let me stretch and do my little meditation on I am that. No way. While making BDs also, he was doing that. While running his business also, he was doing that. And while smoking also, he was doing that. While talking, eating, sleeping, lying, whatever he did, he practiced it. And after that, he simply stopped all mantras, everything. Not because it's a rule, because now when you're beyond the mind, man or tan kaam hi nahi karta. Concepts don't work. You are very clear now. These concepts are only for a limited time. So after that, he started just being. And then whoever came to him, he what flowed through him, he just talked. That was his satsangs. That's all. 1 or 2 hours in the evening, he used to sit with 30, 40 people. That's all. Not even 40, 25 to 30 people in that small room. Whoever had questions or whatever, or they had to just trigger him and you would just go on with the I amness. Only I amness topic, no other topics. यहाँ हम दुनिया भर की बात करते हैं. There he talked only the I amness. So the seekers who came to him also were right. Because the ripe seekers are there, ripe guru is in the ripe state of consciousness, giving the ripe topics. माहौल बनना चाहिए ना ऐसे. That is kripa. To get the Atma Gyan, where bunch of seekers are sitting and nothing, no other agendas. Imagine all these people are coming from Western countries, not from India also. Imagine them traveling from all that far. And gali nukkad mein dhoond ke they are coming to that place. Because of that curiousness only, he started talking. Otherwise, he was not interested. So that is mumukshatva. Western world is busy running outside. They are so busy in the outside world. But Western world अगर रुक के इधर आ सकते हैं इंडिया में, West is what? Outside. East is the center, heart center. हम बोलते हैं ना विश्वगुरु. Vishwaguru in the tattva sense, yes. Why? Because India is the hub. India is the spiritual heart. Tiruvannamalai le lo na. There is the heart, the cell, from where everything radiates. So India is the hub of that spiritual. It is the Anandamaya Kosha, you can say, of the geographical locations. So all those who come to India are coming towards the self. The Guru Tattva of the whole world is supposed to be in India because the Guru Tattva is radiating from here. So when people come to India, they're coming to the Guru Tattva. That is the meaning of Vishwaguru. Vishwaguru ये नहीं है कि आपका एक पॉलिटिकल लीडर खड़ा होके बोले कि हम विश्वगुरु बनने वाले और मैं तुम्हारा लीडर ले जा रहा हूँ. ये सब बकवास है. Somebody is simply taking due advantage of that situation. अरे यार तुम हो ना हो इंडिया को फर्क नहीं पड़ता. ये भूमि पावन भूमि है. This land is very powerful. The land will give everything, not any representative. It doesn't care for any representative. ऐसे सैकड़ों आके गए यार, सैकड़ों आके गए ढोल नगाड़े बजाने वाले. And that time the ego captures these people and they say now it is because of me the country is running, because of me the adhyatma is there. It's very dangerous, this ego. It can get into spiritual leaders' head, teachers' head, guru's head, saints' head, and where they feel because of me, so many people are getting illuminated. गलत है. तुम हटो काम फिर भी चलेगा. तू नहीं कोई और सही. तत्व simply replaces. How many gurus, how many lineage, how many rishis have come and gone here? काम रुका है क्या? किसी के जाने से काम नहीं रुकता. It doesn't stop. कोई आना जाना कुछ नहीं. आना जाना इज जस्ट इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स. वो यूज किए खत्म हो गया. एक एक टाइम में जो आए ठीक है. Who is fitting into that bracket करके निकल गए. So don't fall for all these concepts where somebody is standing and telling हम बनाएंगे. What they are talking is violence. ये violence का नगरी नहीं है. Guru Tattva is not violently pulling people here and telling, listen to me. I am the Vishwaguru here. And the India is the Vishwaguru. You have to listen and superpower बनाएंगे. ये सब violence है. ये सत्य नहीं है. Superpower is ego. India is not a land of ego. India में ego annihilate होता है. Because when the ego goes only, the Param Tattva Jagrita. The self can be seen only when the ego goes. Ego cannot sit playing there. We will become superpowers and followers भी उसके पीछे लगे. Why? सबके अंदर वो वासना है कंट्रोल करने वाले. Who are these followers? उनके अंदर भी कहीं ना कहीं वासना है कमांड करने का, control, dominate the world. Somewhere or the other it's there inside them. So like-minded, they will connect immediately. When their leaders say, chalo, let's take control. We are going to rule over the world. You are a ruler, a temporary local ruler. You will get connected very easily. Chalo, that vasana, somebody big is there. Reflection. And those who understand the real Guru Tattva, they will not fall for all these dramas. They will see India as that hub, that spiritual center, throbbing with spirituality. You go to Banaras, Varanasi, you go to Haridwar, Rishikesh, you go to Kailash, Kedarnath, Chardham, all the places. You go to Arunachala, see all these hub places booming. Devabhumi, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand is full of that. Pavan Bhumi, so powerful it is. Jagrita Devabhumi. It doesn't need anybody there. The land only is powerful. We have to understand, we are caretakers here. We are not the bosses here. Earth does not belong to anybody. India does not belong to anybody. You have come here, play the game and go. You have chosen to do something, quietly do and go. You cannot sit there and then talk about some other things. So the meaning of Vishwaguru is very true, but it is from the Tattva point of view, not a physical or egoic point of view. Control से नहीं होता. Nothing can be controlled here. अरे This is the path of Samarpan. When the Guru Tattva is activated, खींचे आते हैं लोग. You think the people who came to Nisargadatta Maharaj gave Facebook advertisements? तब तो था नहीं. But did he give newspaper advertisement? Did he print leaflets? How did they get the advertisement? How did Ramana get the advertisement? Was he uh, doing any outside programs? Never left the place, Ramana. That is Guru Tattva. That is called Vishwaguru. When India can attract seekers like this, it is naturally a tendency of that Vishwaguru. It is the Guru of the world. और गुरु कैसा होता है? टेंडर होता है, कंपैशनेट होता है, काइंड होता है, फुल ऑफ अनकंडीशनल लव होता है. ये ऐसे नहीं तलवार दिखा के, पिस्तौल दिखा के, गुंडागिर्दी करके, झंडा दिखा के. व्हाट इज दिस? दैट इज नॉट गुरु तत्व. दैट इज सम अदर तत्व व्हाट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट. So be very aware of these things. Don't simply get caught up in these concepts and say, yeah, this is spiritual. This is not spirituality, I'm telling you. कलयुग है, संभल के चलना. विवेक ही सब कुछ है. When you see things clearly, you will not fall for this. अंतर्मुखी होना है. You go within. Don't fall for anything like this. So that's the meaning when he says, those who follow the other paths are not yet ripe until they become advanced in their own path. So if you are following something else, then you have to literally work out and come to that state of stillness. The moment you come to that stillness, you will not feel like doing anything else. चाहो तो भी नहीं कर सकते. करके कोशिश करके दिखाओ. All of you who are doing these practices, try doing yantra mantra tantra. Not because it's not bad or something. होगा ही नहीं. Because you need the mind ego for that too much. You need doership. वही खत्म हो रहा. You are coming more and more into awareness, into the I amness. I amness में नहीं होता है सब चीज. So till you come to that state of stillness, you can do yantra, tantras, the mantras. They are all very powerful. I've done it all. I don't have the right to say if I have not done it. बुक पढ़ के अगर बोल रहा हूं तो ये सब किया और गहराई से किया है, पूरे आत्मबल से किया है. With all sincerity, I've done it. So I cannot say just bluff about it. I know it works. सब काम करता है. It is powerful. It does it. But after one point, I can vouch and say it's not needed. जरूरत नहीं पड़ती उसके लिए. काम हो गया उसका. That is why it is given. So further he says, thus it is really by grace, whether of the Guru or the self, etc., that they are brought to this highest path. Of course, they must have practiced the other paths in the former existence and thus were born ripe for this one. Others try other ways and after progressing finally turn to self-inquiry. But the last lapse of all the paths are the same, surrender of ego. This path, this para is what we were discussing yesterday. I deepened it a little more, where he says, thus you are brought here to the path of self-inquiry by grace. You call it grace of the Guru or grace of the self or grace of Shiva, whatever concept you want to give. But that is Anugraha Shakti, which is in you. Panchakritya Shiva, creator, maintainer, destroyer. You maintain it till you want. You maintain your car till you want. It's upon you. You cannot simply say, give excuses. Because you are three. Rudra bhi aapke haath mein hai. So if you're sitting for this session, Rudra, Tattva, everything is Rudra. You have destroyed everything and you're sitting here. That is in your hand. If you say no, Halat, then these three Tattvas are not active in you. These three Tattvas must be fully active because then only you will know when to create, what to sustain, and what to and when to destroy. Creation. Walking on the path also is creation. Walking on this path also is a creation. It is a desire. You create a desire. And once you start walking the path, maintaining the path also is in your. You maintain that persistence, consistency. वो भी तुम्हारे हाथ में, पालन. And the time you don't need now anymore. Like you come to the mind, you are sustaining your practices again and again. Nisargadatta Maharaj did it for 3 years. He's maintaining it, right? लेकिन एक समय आता है जब उसकी जरूरत नहीं. Annihilate. The mind is destroyed. That is Rudra Tattva, मनोनाश. उसके बाद क्या करना? Nothing to be done. In the B state में हो गया. So that is the third level what we're talking. So it also says, of course, some are brought here to this highest path because they might have practiced other paths in the former existences. and thus were born ripe for this. So many who had done all the other practices of the other paths outside Bhayamukhi paths may have done in the previous Janmas, by which they may be born very ripe souls in this Janma, and very easily they can understand these tattvas. Some might have to do some practices. That is because the previous was not completed. In the previous Janma, something is pending. So that has to be given a completion. So the moment you complete that, you go to the next level. Some might have completed in the previous lifetime only. So in this lifetime, it's not needed. They are born right. I have seen many seekers, even in this path also, who have just joined. They just came into this path. Don't have any gurus. They don't have any paths. They don't understand anything. They don't know the ABCD of mantra, yantra, nothing. But when they sit for these, they can simply understand what Ramana is talking, and they can simply go. That means these are advanced souls. Now you cannot say, no, 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 you have to first do all those things and no. How do you know whether they have done or not? Some Janma they might have done it. So we can become eligible depending on previous Janma. If you're finding this subject all very easy, a tattva, very easily, which others are not able to understand, that is an indication that you are familiar with this path even in your previous Janma. You might not remember it, but you are familiar with these things. कोई नई चीज नहीं है. So it doesn't feel very unfamiliar. These places where you go to Tiruvannamalai, you meet the same soul group. This is all soul group. You meet the same. It sounds very familiar. It looks very familiar. ऐसा दूर ही नहीं लगता किसी से. You don't feel like they are very strangers. That is an indication. This is a continuation of the previous Janma. So that is what he says. The grace brings you here. So that's what we're talking. Panchakritya Shiva. Hero Bhava is your. You allow. You allow yourself to play the game. That is Tirobhava. But only Anugraha Shakti can bring you back. Because if Anugraha is missing in your life, Tirobhava ek bar lag gaya, I want to play the game. You will go on playing. There is no end to it. So grace is needed. Grace is what reminds you time to time. Something from inside tells us. Who's that voice? There is no particular voice. It's a feeling. In your yatra, you must have seen in your life. Something pulls you from inside. Something gives you an interest. That is called Anugraha Shakti. So when the time comes, when the time is of the Tirobhava is finishing, the game is finishing, the fifth Panchakritya of Shiva will explode in you. When the time comes, it rises. See, that is why it says, thus, it is really by grace, whether of the grace of the Guru or self or whatever you call it, that they are brought to this highest path. That is the meaning. Grace brings you here. Means when that grace, Anugrah Shakti activates within you, you start getting vasanas inside, you start getting some cravings to go to spirituality, you want to practice. Without grace, you cannot practice this. You need interest in this. That is why people will not understand why you are sitting 2 hours here. What do you listen? People will say, 2 hours every single day, ये क्या पागलपन है? ऐसा क्या है जो समझ में नहीं आता है 2 घंटे में बोलने के बाद? Even after telling 2 hours, what is it that you don't understand that you have to go for months and years? They will not understand it. Because that Anugrah Shakti is not activated fully. This is the Anugrah Shakti that makes us do, not our minds. Something pulls and it tries to complete our incompletions, our obstacles, our ignorances. Something makes it cleanse in whichever way, whichever inclination we are having. So that is that shows the fifth tattva is active in you. First three are active in you. Fourth, you know, Tirobha. Fifth, when Anugrah Shakti is active, you will see that Anugrah, grace working in your life. So that is when you know the grace of Shiva is active in your life. But now what you need to do, like I do webinars on this. So many webinars we have done, grace. One webinar we did on grace only. That was such a beautiful webinar. I don't know the contents of it. I don't remember, but it was very powerful. It is this tattva. Because when you understand this grace and you are aware of every moment some grace working in your life, now that's your God. That is only Shiva Kripa. Grace of Guru, grace of self, grace of Shiva, what we call, is that which you are experiencing. The opportunities that come, the easiness by which you are able to do the path. ज्यादा ऑब्स्टिकल्स नहीं आएगा इसके अंदर. बंदोबस्त हो जाता है. Your work is adjusted in such a way, your tasks are adjusted in such a way, your familial conditions, your finance condition, your health conditions, something is adjusted in such beautiful ways कि आपको टेंशन नहीं है. You don't have to sit fighting for those things. बंदोबस्त हो गया. It's called Anugrah Shakti. You come for 9 days retreat. Without Anugrah possible nahi hai. You try to do it yourself. It's not easy. Sab yoga aana, everything falling into place and making it smooth for you. Anugrah Shakti. So when we understand this, we start becoming the surrendering to that Anugraha. Realizing there is Anugraha in my life. Bhai chala jata hai. Fear will start going away. We are scared because we feel nothing is there, no one is there for us, isn't it? But when you see that tattva which is there, it acts like this through anugraha. You start surrendering to that. You start becoming one with that. You start worshipping that. You start falling in love with that. You start meditating on that grace. You start talking about it more, about the blessings in life and not the victimhood. You now catch only the grace, good points in life. Baki ka you don't care. Baki also, you don't treat it as ungraceful. I told you many times, negative incidents, obstacles in life, they are all part of grace only because they are playing a role to navigate you, which you might not understand with your mind. It is somehow navigating you. All the obstacles, so called negativity, it is somehow taking you there only. So now, when you see grace is working in my life in all the areas, even in the negative, okay, that is called Har Hal Mein Khush. You're happy in all situation now. You because you know whatever is happening for good. Grace, anugrah, kripa sarvopari. Kripa hi kevalam. There's a nice song, bhajan in Ramakrishna Mission. You can type it in YouTube and listen. Kripa hi kevalam, kripa hi kevalam, kripa hi kevalam sharanya. Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam Sharanya. I think it was written by Swami Vivekananda, but very nice tune. All the Vivekananda centers sing this. Ramakrishna is not a person, it's a tattva, param tattva, guru tattva. So the Sharanam, Sharanya is surrender. Sharanam, Guru Sharanam, Guru Charanam, Hari Sharanam. The meaning is that Guru's feet is Hari's shelter, the shade of Hari. Hari is God. So finding yourself at not the Guru's feet outside. वही आदत है एकदम फट से. Oh, when will I do Paduka Puja? It is not, that's not the real meaning. That also is good for the Anuvapaya people. But if you are in this level, you will understand where it is your heart center. From where that grace, I told you, grace is working in my life. Grace, Anugrah Shakti aa raha hai. Kahan se aa raha hai? From the center of my being. Wo hai Guru Paduka. That point is the feet of the Guru, the inner Guru. So Ramakrishna Sharanam Sharanya. Kripa hi kevalam, kripa hi kevalam, kripa hi kevalam Sharanya. Very, very beautiful song. I used to love this song. अभी भी जब लगाते हैं तो बहुत भावुक हो जाता. Very beautiful. So, but you have to do that within. Those who do not understand within will look at Ramakrishna's photo and bring the same bhav. That is also fine. No problem. But the real tattva is here. So today's satsang was just on this one paragraph which we did yesterday. And then he says, others may try other ways, and after finally progressing, they turn to self-inquiry. So they may try other ways, other paths and all, different outward and all that. But finally, after progressing, they will finally turn to self-inquiry. Who am I? But the last lapse of all the paths are the same. Surrender of the ego. That's it. That's what I've said. Charanya. Sharanam. The surrender. Surrender of the ego. It means I. Surrender of the ego simply means I'm not the doer. That's it. See, when you see grace working in your life, you cannot say I'm doer. How can you say that? So you meditate on this again and again, that grace is doing it. Sharanam ho raha hai aapka. Ego is surrendering there. Slowly, bit by bit, it is surrendering. Until finally, there is nothing to talk. There is no one to surrender. There is no one to tell Ram Krishna Sharanam, Guru Sharanam. There's to talk ही नहीं है. आप शरणागति जब हो गए, final हो गया, there is no talk. There is no more Dindora Pitna. There is nothing to do. You are in that state. You are become one with that state. Tattva. And then he says, this is the only direct method. The other methods will also ultimately lead everyone to this method of investigation of the self. तो फाइनली आपको यहीं पहुंच जाएगा. यही डायरेक्ट पाथ. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज कॉल्ड द डायरेक्ट पाथ. सीधे सीधे. The other methods are meant for those who cannot take to the investigation of the self. तो वो किसके लिए है दूसरे पास? जो आत्मविचार नहीं कर सकता. Who are not capable enough, whatever reason, they are not able to understand the self. आत्मविचार नहीं कर पाते, उनके लिए दूसरे पाथ परमात्मा ने. God has made it for them. Why is Atma Vichara necessary? Question asked to Ramana. And Bhagavan says, if you do not make Atma Vichara, then Loka Vichara will creep in. How beautiful is that? अगर आप आत्म विचार नहीं करेंगे तो लोक विचारा रह जाएगा. लोक मीन्स संसार. उसी पर विचार करना. एक तो आत्मा पे विचार करना, विच रिवर्स गेयर है. एंड टिल यू पुट योर कार टू पार्किंग, टिल यू स्टिल, टिल यू शट डाउन द इंजन, टिल यू टर्न कंप्लीटली, टिल यू बिकम कंप्लीटली अटेंटिव, मुमुक्षत्व, ये आत्म विचार नहीं हो सकता. सो इफ यू डोंट डू दिस, they ask the question, why is this Atma Vichara needed? And he says, if you don't do it, then Loka Vichara will come. Parvati will be looking that side. She will turn her head towards samsara. Then the moment you turn towards samsara, Lok Vichari, Subhe Sham tak, what do we do? Can you see? Every single fraction, we are in Loka Vichara only. What to do, how to navigate, यही चलते रहता है, लोक के अंदर ही चलते रहता है. एंड उसका कोई अंत नहीं है. आई एम टेलिंग यू वेरी क्लियरली. उसका कोई उपाय नहीं है. You are only justifying your mind, pacifying the ego, telling that oh एक दिन कभी नहीं आता. कल करे सो आज करे सो अब. सीधी बात बोल रहा हूँ. Tomorrow will do that. Tomorrow will never come. That is the illusion. That is the power of Maya, which makes you say that. कल आएगा. नहीं आता. So he says, if Atma Vichara is not done, Loka Vichara will creep in. वो घुस जाएगा अंदर. That which is not seen is sought, but not that which is obvious. When once you have found what you seek for, inquiry also ceases and you rest in it. Just what I said just now. Inquiry is a question. आप पूछ रहे हो मैं कौन? आत्मन कहाँ है? Where is the self? That's an inquiry. Means inquisitiveness है अभी. There is a curiosity. But he says, that which is not seen is sought. And not which is obvious. Obvious क्या है? दुनिया. लोक का is very obvious. दिखता है. उसके पीछे लगना कितना समय लगता है. But that which cannot be seen, उसको उसके पीछे लगना वो काम है. He says, करते करते, once you have sought that, once you find that, then inquiry also ceases. फिर ये there is no process of self inquiry. आत्म विचार ये talk है. फिर आत्म बोध हो गया तो आत्म विचार कहां से आएगा? So that's the end of it then. What meditation will help me? Another question asked to Bhagavan. And Ramana says, no meditation on an object is helpful for this reason. You must learn to realize the subject and the object as one. And in the meditating on an object, whether concrete or abstract, you are destroying that sense of oneness and creating duality. Meditate only on the self. क्या कह रहे हैं? No meditation on any object is useful or helpful. आप कोई भी फोटो पे करो. You do it on photo, image, और एक प्रतिबिंब or a reflection, or your idea about Shiva or Guru, whatever you do, they are objective. Subjective is your awareness which looks at it. Wherever your awareness goes, that is your subjective awareness. You are looking, you are subjective. Whatever you are looking at is objective because it's an object. वो ऑब्जेक्ट पे आपका ध्यान गिर रहा है. ध्यान यहाँ पे क्या है? Who is the one who's looking? उस पे ध्यान होना चाहिए, not what you're looking at. So any photo you catch, any concept you catch, any teaching you catch, any yantras or objects you catch, any place, holy place you catch, any physical body you catch as the guru or anybody, it is not useful, he says. No meditation on an object is helpful. You must learn to realize the subject and object as one. देखने वाला और जो देखा जा रहा है वो एक हो जाए. How to make it one? Just meditate on who is the one who's looking at it. Oh, I'm looking at my guru's photo. If you are not aware, you will continue looking at that and you are doing an object meditation. इसमें क्या होता है object meditation? What he says, when you are meditating on an object, whether concrete or abstract, you are destroying that sense of oneness and creating duality. आप द्वंद्व बना रहे हो वहां पे. इस टाइप के साधना करने से द्वंद्व रह जाता है, मैं और वो, me and that. Two will always remain. Subjective and objective will always remain continuously. So what are you doing? When you are meditating on an object, whether concrete or abstract, मतलब दिखाई देने वाला वस्तु है या फिर एक रिफ्लेक्शन है, एक विचार है, abstract हो या फिर concrete हो, whatever you do it, you are creating sense of duality by separating, destroying the sense of oneness. So you are destroying Advaita Bhava and coming into Dvaita Bhava. So he's telling meditating on anything Anya is useless. Meditate on Ananya. Anya is outside, Ananya is the self. Try to realize that the body is not you, the emotions are not you, the intellect is not you. We are already doing this practice. But Nisargadatta Maharaj also we talked about today. Destroy that. Destroy that realization that you are the body. Try to realize that the body is not you. What Nisargadatta Maharaj's Guru told. The emotions are not you. So I have emotions, I have feelings. I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling scared, I'm feeling worried, I'm feeling lustful, I'm feeling greedy, I'm feeling angry, I'm feeling jealous. Just become aware and know that I am not that emotion. So you start looking at that emotion and unidentifying that. If you don't do that, you will be in that loop. So here what we're telling, we are not fighting any emotions. Emotions are there, but you're just looking at it. By this deep awareness that I'm not that emotion. When you are saying I'm not the body, I'm not the intellect, so of course you are not the thoughts, of course you are not the feelings, of course you are not the emotions also. But that has to be practiced, not just intellectual. When all these are stilled, you will find that something else is there. Hold on to that and it will reveal itself. I think this much we will do today. What does he say? When you clearly understand that ye nahi, not this, not even the emotions, when all these are stilled, he says. Now, when you're saying I'm not that, the mind doesn't catch it. And when the mind doesn't catch it, one by one, it drops. And when it all drops, when it is all stilled, that is Nischalman, what we are talking. When it stills, something else is there. You will find that something else is there. Hold on to it and it will reveal itself. And that is exactly what we are practicing. When everything drops, what remains is your awareness. और कुछ भी नहीं होता. Hold on to that. And it will reveal itself. Who am I will be revealed. Tattvamasi will be revealed. But you have to hold on to that. Now that is why we are talking this advanced path. कितना you have to filter out. कितना सूक्ष्म बनना पड़ता है. अति सूक्ष्म. कितना सीरियस होना पड़ता है. कितना ये कॉन्सेप्ट सब त्यागना होता है. कॉन्सेप्ट में इंटरेस्ट है तो बिल्कुल नहीं है. We cannot count till that. So we can practice killing the concept till then. Destroy, forgive, heal. All that can be done. But eventually, when it all gets cleared, when there is no one to forgive, no one to hate, no one to release, when you know that, when you really understand my emotions is not mine, whatever emotion, how can you hold anybody? Because any negative feelings towards anybody is what? Your emotion. And now you're telling emotion only is not me. तो वहां अभी forgiveness की भी बात नहीं आती, सवाल ही पैदा नहीं होता वो सब करने को. That is all mind level work. But when you're doing Atma Vichara, this is the advantage. At that level, it's like forgiven already. Because when you're not identifying with that emotion, you're detached with that personality or that person or that memory or whatever. You are already detached and you are cleared that thing. So if you, more you become detached from it, it has loosened out of your life. That is healing. Simply healing. That is. So he's telling when everything settles down, something will, you'll find something is there. And that's what we are talking about, that I amness, awareness. Hold on to that and that will do. That is the final sadhana to be done. All said and done, intellectually, if you're understanding this, it is easier. Because if you intellectually understand this, you may not do this practice directly, but you will know what to give up. If you intellectually get this point very clear, you might not directly do Atma Vichara, but you will simply understand what all to drop, what all to not pay attention in life. Unwanted distraction, ye, wo. You'll simply not be interested if you have got this very clearly intellectually. So that doesn't mean intellectually both hua to you'll start practicing, but you'll start releasing a lot of things. Unwanted things will simply drop from your life. Concept will simply drop if you get this very clear. Okay? So let's become aware of today's satsang, today's gyan, today's experience, today's realization. जो भी समझ आया, जैसा भी समझ आया, just become aware of it. ये कहाँ से आया? Okay, कोई बता रहा है, somebody is telling, okay, that's fine. वो तो माध्यम है. But how am I understanding what he's saying? How am I able to get exactly what he's saying, what he wants to convey? बाहर का आदमी जो कर रहा है, वो अनुग्रह शक्ति आपके भीतर है. That can anybody do? I can give gyan to hundreds of people, but inside them, till the intellect is not illumined, viveka जब तक जागृत नहीं है, अनुग्रह नहीं है, can they get it? Connect to that. Become aware of that aspect in you. Whatever the tattva in you, become aware.